Hi everyone. In today's lecture we are going to study about MySQL union, intersection and minus operations. So first operation is the union operation, and for this we make use of the union operator. Now what is union operator? It is an operator which allows you to combine two or more result sets of the queries into one single result set. So it's nothing but combination of various results as one result. Okay, so what is the syntax of the same? The syntax of the same is at the bottom of the page, you can see over here. So the queries consist of select, because obviously it is a select query. So this is the first query, whatever you want to select, the union keyword, and then the next select query. So this means that this particular union operator combines the results of these two select queries. Now what is the meaning of all and distinct? Distinct means it does not let any repetitions in the result set, whereas all allows all the rows in the result set. Even if they are duplicated, all the rows are displayed. So this is the example of syntax. You can actually perform union of various select queries. Okay, need not be only two, it can be more than that. So you can go on putting union keyword and combining various queries, and finally in the end you will get one single result set which will have rows in it. So this is how union would work. If we say, suppose you have this table and this table, and if we perform a union on the same, you will get results like this way, is vertically appended or vertically combined, 1 2 3 4. Whereas this same thing, if we perform a join, a inner join, which we have already looked into previously, so in that case what will happen is that only the rows which are matching like this and this will be shown in the result set in this manner. So the combination or the appending of result set in joins happens horizontally, whereas for a union what you do is you append vertically. So this is a very classic example to tell you the difference between union operator and inner join operation. So let us look at two tables and we will perform union on these two tables. Now these two tables are from our database classic models. So two tables, one is customers, second table is employees. How to perform a union on this? So suppose say we want to extract the names. Let me go back. Suppose say we want to extract the names, the contact last name, contact first name, and the employee's last name and the employee's first name. We want to select this from the respective tables and we want to perform a combination. So basically we want to perform a union of the same. So how to go about that? This is the query for the same. So this first query you see is executed on the table employees, and this second query is executed on the table customers. Both the queries select only first name and last name. If you see over here also, it is first name and last name and nothing else. So while displaying the final output, you will see names in this manner. This is the output, what you see over here. Okay. Now the union keyword is very important. This is the keyword which performs the union of both the queries. So suppose say these 4 lines are an output of the first query, and suppose say these 4 lines are an output of the second query. They are then combined together in the final output or the final result set. Now what about displaying the column names? Which column names are considered? Because the column names in both the queries are different. If you see, the column name over here is contact first name and here it is contact last name, whereas in the first query it is first name and last name. So which column name is considered? Always remember, the first query's column names are considered. So in this example, these two names, first name and last name, are considered over here while displaying the output. So this is how union operation works with the union operator. This is another example, another variation of the same thing. So what we have done over here is that I have used the concat operation. So you are allowed to use concat operation where I am concatenating the first name and the last name, and I am using an alias for the same and storing or displaying that concatenated result into this particular name. Now for this second query, if you see, it is concat again, but no need to give the alias name, because by default this particular column name will be considered in the output since this is the first query. So the second query over here does not matter really, because these names are not considered while displaying the final result. So final result as in after performing the union, only the first query's column names are considered. So basically it's like this way. If suppose say this query of yours, this lower query was your first query, then that query's column names would have got considered. But in this case it is second query, hence why the first query's column names are considered. The union operator is very important, which performs a combination or union of two separate queries. Here is another example of the same thing. Only thing what is extra or which is not there in the previous one is that order by. You can perform order by also. So you order all the names in the alphabetical order of the data. The next is another variation, okay, of the same thing, where what we do is if we want to know what are the roles played by the people, like say for example in the previous query, let me show you. If we go over here, okay, we do not come to know who is an employee in this case and who are customers. We don't come to know. If we look at the names, it's very difficult to find out who is a customer and who is an employee, because two names are being displayed. Customers' names are being also displayed and employee names are also being displayed. So how do we differentiate this? So what we can do is we can use this alias and we can actually make use of this contact type. Okay, so basically what will happen is that first of all we will concat the name, and after that we will mention which is the role played. So are they customers or are they employees? So wherever that person is an employee, employee will be mentioned, the term employee. Wherever there is a customer, the term customer will be mentioned, and this alias you have to actually put up. And also the column name will be whatever is over here. So contact type is the column name which is displayed over here. So this particular column name will tell you what is the role, whether the particular person is a customer or the person is an employee. So right now in my example there are only 2 employees, rest all are customers. And that can be ordered by, so sorting out you can do very easily on that. So this is another variation of the same union query, union operation. Going ahead with what is the meaning of union all. So whenever we say union all, this particular union all explicitly is used for that cases where even duplicate rows are expected. So when I say duplicate rows, if you see over here, when we perform a union on this table and on this table, we get these two rows which are exactly same. So they are actually duplicates. So duplicates are ignored in the union operation. The normal simple union operation ignores duplicates, but the union all operation maintains all the duplicate rows as well. So if you want duplicate rows also in your result set, you should make use of union all. Now this is another example of union all with a where clause. So which means you can perform union operation with a where clause. So what is a where clause? This is one example I have taken from the same database of classic models. So there are two things to be performed over here. One is the select query on the customers table, and the next select query is on the offices table. Okay, but there is a condition. So only if the country is Germany, those only results will be displayed, not all the results. So only where the result, as in the country, is Germany, only those cities will be displayed. So if you see, it is select city and country. So all these cities are of Germany, hence why they have been displayed, and they are from the table customers and the table offices. So two tables are being used, hence why union was being mentioned. So you can order them, sort it out based on the alphabetical order. So you see all these data are in the alphabetical order. Now going ahead with the SQL intersect operator. So what is an intersection? If we see an example over here, suppose say this is table 1 and this is say table 2. The intersection of the same is what is common between both the tables. The rows which are common between both the tables are actually called as the result of intersection. So what is the syntax? Syntax is the same way like how we performed union. So only instead of the word union, you would use the keyword intersect. Okay, so there is one thing you have to know, that MySQL does not support the intersect operator. There are other SQLs which do support intersect operator, but MySQL does not support intersect operator. So what you have to do is you have to emulate it. So emulate it as in write another query which will work like an intersection operator. Okay, so how do we write that? So here is an example. Suppose say we want to perform intersection between two tables. One is the products table and one is the inventory table. You want to perform a intersection. So intersection as in you want to see which are the category IDs which are common in both the inventory table and the products table. So if this is say table 1 and this is table 2, you want to find out which category ID columns, rows are common between both of them. This is how you would perform that query. So to emulate a intersection operation, you have to make use of subqueries or nested queries. So here what you see is a subquery. This is the inner query and the other one is a outer query. So performing this particular task will give you the results which are exactly same like intersection operator. So actually what is this query doing now? So what this query will do is, first it will execute the inner query. So inner query is this one. So this query will get executed first. So you will select all the category IDs from the inventory table, and then you will check for all the category IDs from the products table which are matching the inventory category IDs. So this particular in operator works exactly like equal to operator. So wherever products dot category ID is equal to inventory dot category ID, only those rows will be mentioned or those rows will be displayed as an output. That is the meaning of performing an intersection operation. Now why are we using this? So that we know whether we are referring to category ID of products table or inventory table. If you don't want to use like this way, you could use alias. So you could use alias for products table and you could use alias for inventory table. Alias as in, say for example, for products table you could use P, and for inventory table you could use I. So you would say I dot category ID, P dot category ID. You can do that, or this is another method. Like same query can be written in various ways. The next is the operator minus, the third operator in SQL, which is the minus operator. So what is minus operator? This particular, nothing but what it does is takes one table and removes or sees for which are the common rows between that table and the second table, and only retains the rows which are not common in the first table. Okay, so this is the syntax. I will show you with an example to understand better. So if suppose say this is table 1 and say this is table 2. So when I do T1 minus T2, what will happen is that all the rows which are common between T1 and T2 will be removed from T1. So this particular is common, right? So this will be removed from this, and only the rows which are not common will be retained from the T1 table. So in this case, only this one particular row which you see over here, 1, ID 1, that is maintained in the result. This is the output. That is the meaning of minus operation. Now what would happen if we had to do T2 minus T1? If we had to do T2 minus T1, okay, so this particular result would return us this row 4. Why? Because 4 is that row which is not common between this table and this table, whereas 2 and 3 are common. So it matters whether you are doing T2 minus T1 or T1 minus T2. The result of both of these operations are very different. Okay, what do we have to make use of? The minus operator. But please note that MySQL does not support also the minus operator. So to get the minus operation, what we have to do is we have to emulate it again. Okay, so emulation is done by making use of left join. So if you see in this example, okay, if we want to get this output, okay, which is minus operation, what we have to do is we have to select first of all ID from the T1 table. We have to perform a left join on T2 table where the joining condition is this, joining condition is the ID, and where T2 dot ID is null. So wherever T2 dot ID is null, those particular rows will be then returned as a result. So which means in this case, whenever we perform a join, okay, we suppose I perform a join on these two tables, what will happen is that I shall clear everything from this slide and show you all. Suppose we perform a join over here on both of these tables, a join instead of minus, what will happen? And I am performing a left join. Kindly note, I am performing a left join on both of these tables. So what will happen is that you will get a result output like this ways. You will get ID, you will get ID like this, you will get 1, you will get 2, sorry, 2, and you will get 3. So for 2, this is from table T1 and this is from table T2. So for 1, there is no match in this table, so this will be null. Whereas for 2, there is a match here, so this will be finding the 2 match. And for 3, there is a match as well, so 3. So this is left join. So this is the output of the left join. So what will happen is that this particular condition, what you see, will be applied onto this left join result. So after applying this, what will happen is that only this row will be retained, whereas this rows will be not displayed. So when you say this, it is finally this actually. So that is the meaning of emulating the minus operation by making use of left join. Okay, so an example in our case would be, our case as in the classic models database is performing a left join on the customers table, which is my table, first table, and the second table, which is orders table. So orders table is the second table. This is the joining condition, and this is the one condition, where condition, which is applied to retain only the rows which are required as the output for the minus operation. So the result of this will be the result which you would get as good as performing a minus operation. So this is it with the minus operation. We have studied 3 different operations, set operations I would call them. First set operation is union, second set operation is intersection, third set operation is minus. Thank you for watching the video.